So, introductions. Black Butler. This is my review of sort of Black Butler. That is sort of what I will be reviewing alongside one other thing, but I'll get into that later. So, season 1, non-spoilers, is really interesting in the way it slowly brings up what happened. What happened to make this sort of... Because I feel like... I feel like that sort of in the trailers of... There's a somewhat odd thing happening. And something is unusual. And as you get further into the series, you slowly... Obviously, if it's a mystery, piece together what is going on. And as you do, you slowly meet people. And it's really good. And really tragic. But, more importantly than all of that... So I was going to say one of the names, and spoiler alert, but Angelia, I feel like I pronounced it. Angelia, her character, and how it goes from interesting after, because they have these sort of like records of like the soul. That's what they do. The Reapers take the records out and put it in like the afterlife and see where they go. And it's really interesting where you put it away like a movie. It's really interesting and absolutely fascinating. But the one thing that I find sad is it's got this very sad sense to it that I don't know how to say. It's so, like... And obviously, you slowly realize, like I said, this non-spoiler version, how much the idea of purity means. Because a lot of the characters that you meet, they're not the most moral people. Even the goodest, even the people that we're meant to side with aren't really moral, in a way. And I like that. You do get the, oh yeah, I'm duh. But it's less of a, yeah, I will, you, like, oh no, I can't do anything. But more of a literal coldness, factuality to it. Which makes sense for, like, a big head with a effed pass. And I like the way that you learn about this is through literally seeing in episode 1 that a guy, like, talks about business and then is like, you lose your leg. It's like, the way that they say that line is like, you can tell through, like, certain scenes, not a little bit, that there was a happiness before this event. And then afterwards, what happened, you can see has an impact on how he generally sort of, like, lives. And it's this sort of tragedy in that way. And now, onto the point that I was about to make. You might have seen in the last image, there's one of, like, an, like, pinkish sort of, like, frame with blues and pinks. But because in this toggle, that is third, not second, I put this first. But I think it might actually be the other way around. But I watched this first anyway. I don't know. It was an OVA, so it might have happened in between the episodes. And there is more that I want to talk about. But with this, you get much more of the mystery. You get that mystery. Because something happened. And even though usually this is not spoilers, this is a non-spoiler for this season, season 2. So I am going to give a bit of a spoilers for season 1. Okay? Okay. It looks like he died. But you know, this is obviously not a spoilers because you can see the same cast are in season 2, so obviously he didn't die. What's going on? What's happening? So, it is confusing and really intriguing. And then one thing that I just liked, it's really fascinating what happens in this. And lastly, the spoilers for this season. I absolutely love the new Butler that they introduce. I think it's this guy? I don't think it is. And his story alongside his master is really interesting. How it works. And the final sort of, not even a battle, it's a maze sort of situation. It's really interesting. And what happens to the maid, which is one of the characters that seemingly does not matter, and then revealed near the maze head, that battle, to be far more important and interesting than we actually realized, is really interesting. The sort of like, the reason why they eat souls and the reason why this soul is so important is so much bigger, because it's like, you do this and this and this and this. It becomes monotonous. And that's what it feels like to some of the demons. Definitely the maid, where it's like, I don't know if she's dead. I don't want her to be dead because I liked her character. I was like, you know what, we can do more with the character, but no, I think she's dead. Because I think she turned human. Which is really interesting. But I absolutely find this so interesting and so just amazing. So yeah, I started watching the OVA, but that's not important. But yeah, this is absolutely 100% worth watching. So, overall, for the first and the second season, this show has this really good tension that slowly builds. They know how to build the mystery. They have season 1 with... Actually, we're past the spoilers for both seasons. Season 1 with what the Queen did with the family, and season 2 with, like, who is this new guy? What is going on? And how is he still alive? I like it. I absolutely love it. It's so brilliant. In the best way possible. I 100% watching it. This is like one of the 10 shows just because of like how creepy it is. And how like eerie it is. It's like... They play chess all the time, but it's light chess. Because it's that sort of like moving the pieces slowly. Because the idea, if you play chess well enough, you get, and I'm not saying I am absolutely not, this is not me. You play chess so well that it just becomes an idea of like, he's going to think this, and I'm going to think this. He's going to think this, I'm going to think this. So I have to do this before this happens, so he doesn't know. And that level of mind games is so terrifying. It is 100% absolutely worth watching. And as always, if you're on TikTok, follow me. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this video.